Hello, I'm David Roger, General Counsel for Las Vegas Police Protective Association. In this series of videos, you have learned about all the major changes that the legislature has made regarding your ability to do your job. But really, this shouldn't be much of a surprise. You know, over the last couple legislative sessions, the lawmakers have changed penalties, lowered penalties for certain crimes. They changed auto burglary. At what point they discussed making first auto burglary a misdemeanor, but instead they settled on making the first auto burglary a mandatory probation, no matter what the person's record was. We have also had bail reform, which took the form in Valdez versus State, Nevada Supreme Court case. And this is something that has taken place over the last several years. You're just really feeling the consequences of it as it relates to how you can do your job. In 2011, 2010, when I was the district attorney, we approved about 65,000 cases a year. That is a lot of cases for the criminal justice system. We didn't have bail reform back then, but this is bail reform today. This is what the courts have to do on each and every case. And this is from Valdez versus State. A defendant who remains in custody following arrest is constitutionally entitled to a prompt, individualized determination on his or her pretrial custody status. The individualized determination must be preceded by an adversarial hearing. That means both sides fight it out in court, at which the defendant is entitled to present evidence and argument concerning the relevant bail factors. The judge must consider the factors set forth in NRS and gives a statute and may impose bail only if the state proves by clear and convincing evidence that it is necessary to ensure the defendant's presence at future court proceedings or to protect the safety of the community, including the victim and the victim's family. If the district court determines that bail rather than non-monetary conditions is necessary, the judge must consider the defendant's financial resources as well as other factors set forth in the statute, and the judge must state his or her reasons for bail amount on the record. So this is what has to happen in each and every case. This is bail reform, folks, and this is the case that came down in April of last year. This is what has happened, and I try not to be political, but a lot of the commentators are blaming increased crime in the last year on bail reform and other changes made by the legislature. In Houston in 2020, murders were up 44% over 2019, and Chief Art Acevedo blamed bail reform. Dallas, murders up 27% in 2020, and aggravated assaults and robbery up 14.5%. Washington, D.C., murder up 20%. In Chicago in 2020, the city of Chicago had 700 murders and 4,000 shootings. This is what former NYPD police commissioner, and he was also the police chief at LAPD, Bill Bratton, had to say last week. Quote, "They passed a series of criminal justice reform laws and bail reform that have proven disastrous," Bratton told John Castellamidis of a radio station. Shootings have soared across the 5 boroughs by nearly 70% so far in 2021, according to NYPD figures. Murders have risen nearly 12% so far this year too, but compared to 2019, that figure rockets to nearly 50% according to NYPD. Bratton, who served as top cop under both mayors Giuliani and de Blasio, called efforts to fix a lot of stuff that did not need to be fixed a principal cause of the spike in crime activity, along with the incredible proliferation of illegal guns. We have a legislature in Albany and city council in New York City, and I'm speaking specifically of New York, but it's echoed across the country, and prosecutors provide their primary goal is to basically take care of the defendant and not focus on the victim. And then this past week, the White House had acknowledged that in 2020, homicides were up 30% in most major cities. Gun assault was up 8% overall. And so as a result, the White House has told the cities through the Department of Treasury that they can use the $350 billion in funds provided under the American Rescue Plan for COVID to hire cops to address increase in gun violence due to the pandemic, and invest in technology and equipment to allow law enforcement to be more efficient in responding to gun violence resulting from the pandemic. And so you have to ask your question, is the increase in crime due to COVID, or is it because of bail reform and what legislators have done throughout the United States and including Nevada? We shall see. You will draw your own conclusion, but this is the background for what you're seeing in these videos and all these changes to the criminal justice system. Will it make us safer? We're finding out through the United States that police chiefs are saying no. We will find out in Nevada soon enough. Thank you.